Ron Escobar with Everything Real Estate and Ron Escobar. Today we have the honor and pleasure of having Anthony Lamacchia.
Thank you.
Where are you coming from?
Boston, Massachusetts.
He's coming all the way from Boston. We're meeting in Southern California for a Zillow Summit.
Yep.
So we took this opportunity to try to do a quick interview, see if we can put something of value to the agents that watch the channel. Anthony has an amazing practice and does a lot of great things. And I wanted to take the opportunity to pick his brain and ask some questions. So one of the questions, just digging right into it, right? One of the questions is, if I am an agent and I'm looking to join a brokerage, or I'm looking for a leader, an environment to be successful in, what should I be looking for?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing people should be looking for is training, and making sure that they go to a brokerage that actually has real training. And as you know, we do a lot of that, so I'm not saying that as a self-plug, but you know, we didn't have a lot of that years ago, and now we do, and I see the difference in how the agents perform and, you know, what happens with their career when they have consistent training. It's amazing. So,
you know, everybody in the world, every broker says, yeah, we have the best training.
That's right.
And what ends up happening is sometimes they have a vendor come over and talk about the escrow, the closing service about closing service.
That's right.
But how do you define good training? What if I'm an agent?
It's got to be real, and it's got to be consistent. That's the thing that I find with most of these brokerages, you know, competitors of mine, some of them are friends. I ask them, how often are you training? Oh, we do it about monthly. Well, monthly turns into every other month. And you know, it's got to be often, all the time. Look at Navy SEALs. They don't train once a month. They train daily, and they train the same things over and over and over, because repetition is the mother of skill. So you have to do things over and over again, and I think that that's probably the biggest single thing that I see, not that we're perfect, but that I see other broker owners and team leaders we've talked about, you know, I used to be a team leader, do wrong is they're not setting time aside to train. You know, that's what they're doing wrong.
I very often found that people are attracted to real estate. Some people are attracted to real estate because they think they're going to be their own bosses. They have control of their own schedule. They don't have to listen to anybody. They don't want to have a boss. They're independent contractors. How does that conflict with training?
Well, we tell our agents that it is their own business. You know, they are an independent agent, but do you want to get better? Do you want to improve? Do you want to make more money? And if you want to do that, you've got to invest in yourself, and going to training and investing in yourself is the best way to make yourself more money. And we do our trainings every single week. We do them on Wednesdays. We have sales training. We have other trainings as well for new agents and things, but Wednesdays is our most popular day to do sales trainings for buyers and for sellers. We do 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, and we do it every single week. Never fails.
So I'm thinking right here, if I were an agent, I would want to ask the broker or manager that I'm interviewing with, show me your training schedule.
That's a good point.
You know,
like,
how many
let
days
me
a
actually
week do you
see it.
train?
Yeah, and we put that out. You know, that's something that we do show. But that's a good point. If you're an agent evaluating what brokerage to go to, you should say, show me the training schedule, and look at the calendar and see how much training there really is, and see if it's interactive training. You know, not just some online things that you're going to go on your email and be checking your cell phone. You know,
one of the things I call this. It's kind of like on-the-job training, like in-depth training. You gotta write contracts if you want to learn how to do contracts.
That's right.
You have to make mistakes so you don't make them again.
Whatever you want to get better at, you've got to do repetitively.
Correct.
You have to.
So, you know, when they join my team, I'm always putting them in front of a transaction, and they're all nervous, and they're like, I've never done this, and I'm like, well, good, let's do it together. You know, you are gonna make a mistake. Just try not to make the same mistake twice, and let's get through it together, right? So it's in-depth training, as opposed to sitting somewhere. I did this one time, guilty. And I hired this guy to come over and talk about the purchase agreement contract. Right? And then he went section by section by section. In 3 hours,
bored everybody.
Everybody was asleep, and what the hell are we doing here? Like, I could have read this. Nobody learned anything. But when you have a deal and you have to write a contract, and you write the contract, you're vested, right?
That's right.
So I'm constantly reading, right? The industry today is not what the industry used to be 2 years ago.
That's right.
And so a lot of these broker owners or managers have tremendous success since 1975, 1985, the 1900s. That was last century, right? So now, you know, 2011 is very different than 2016, which is very different than 2017.
Yep.
So I think,
And that's why you have to keep learning all the time. Like, you know, you've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this 12 years now, or maybe it's 13 years now. And I'm always learning. Look where we are right now. I flew across the country, and it might, you know, sound exciting and everything to come to a fancy resort and all that, but the biggest reason I'm here is to learn.
is work, right?
And learn, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so any words of wisdom, anything else you want to?
I think what you said is absolutely right. When you're interviewing brokerages or going to a team or something like that and you want your career to take off, you should ask for, you know, tangible evidence that they are training, that they are doing things that are going to help you be successful. Don't just go in blind and hope, because that hope doesn't work.
Okay. All right, so I think that's pretty good
Thank
value.
you.
Thank
I
you.
hope so.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you.
I'm going
Time
to jump in the pool.
Yeah. All right.
I'll see
take
you.
care.